Good morning. First cup of coffee in the morning. It tastes so good. Jenny, Ed, good morning to you guys. We're going to talk eBay. eBay fees. Those darn eBay fees coming back to bite us again. Or are they? I think it's going to be addition by subtraction, kind of what Jenny's alluding to here. So we're going to talk about that. Oh, what's going on? Monologue time, monologue coffee time. Yesterday, I did some more listing. Got some, let's see, what did I do? I think I did a mix of basketball and football. So I got another 100-ish, maybe 200-ish. Try to do the math here. Added to the eBay store, so check that out. My AEW Upper Deck boxes arrived just in time for Wednesday Night Dynamite. So big thanks for David on the assist. I'm not a set builder. I love teams. One team, the Chicago Cubs. I'm a collector of Cubs, but when it comes to anything else, I don't do sets. I've dabbled in set collecting through the years, but I've just never been a set builder guy. But I'm going to build the AEW Upper Deck set. So I'm going through and it's like, oh my God, these are so cool. I've got AEW Dynamite on the TV last night as I'm ripping these blasters. I pulled a canvas short print of Brody Lee. So that was a good card. The Jungle Boy shadow box card is super awesome. I tweeted a picture last night. It's a thick card, and then it's basically it's a shadow box, almost 3D like look to it. Very cool card. So I'm going through the base, and it's the first AEW. I'm a big AEW fan. So it's I think I'm just gonna build this base set. And maybe I haven't decided if I'm gonna do a master set. And I mean, if I did a master set, it would be base and inserts. It wouldn't be a master set with autographs and relics and all that stuff. It would just be base and inserts. So I sorted out the base. I did get a lot of duplicates. Out of the 3 blasters, I think I'm missing 4 or 5 cards from the base 1 through 100 set. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to pick up and George and Dan, KBO Collections and Korean Cardboard, talk about the Z Folios. And I think Ken has also mentioned them in the past. So I think I'm going to pick up a Z Folio from Target. And I'm going to put the AEW set in one of the Z Folios and just stash it away. But I'm a big fan of Upper Deck's AEW debut in trading cards. Very cool set. So very excited. David's in the chat. Good morning, David. Thank you so much again. Mark Wilkins, what's up? Good morning. Zach is with us. Good morning. So open those up. Was watching some wrestling. I think I teased in a description of Hobby Evolution earlier this week that I was going to talk about a Mount Rushmore of pro wrestling, which I tweeted it out, and then there were some interesting responses that I wanted to do an episode on that, and then time got away, and I didn't touch on it. So in a future episode, I will discuss. Bittersweet day. My ability to pick up inexpensive Devin Hester cards may change today. Hall of Fame day for the NFL, for football, Pro Football Hall of Fame day. It is Hall of Fame day. So I don't think, Zach, you'll see a huge, uptick in Devin Hester prices. I think there's going to be an initial spike, but I don't think it'll cause a bunch of Hester hysteria. What's up, Herman? Good morning. So let's see. So today is Thursday, so I may make. Recently, some of my Walmart stores have been stocking on Thursday afternoon. So being a Thursday, I may make some Walmart runs this afternoon to hunt for more AEW. What a fun rip. So that's on the docket today. Tomorrow is Friday. And then Saturday, no show. Saturday morning, I'll be doing the Rockford card show at the Rock Church, Harrison Avenue, Rockford, Illinois. So come out, check out my bargain boxes. I'll have my dollar cards. I'll have my quarter boxes, and I'm blowing out the quarter boxes. By the way, I had somebody interested in my football quarter boxes at my Madison card show, and he's like, "Oh, I'll think about it." Um, and so a couple days, I'm like, well, I'm gonna go through, and I pulled out one box, and I think I showed off the hits. One of the quarter boxes, there was an Evan McPherson rookie. There were a few Joe Burrow cards. There was several Gabriel Davis rookie cards. There was a Micah Parsons rookie. It was a box that was pretty loaded. So it would have been I mean, people passed on those cards for 25 cents each at my show a couple weeks ago, and then passed on a nickel a card because I was selling them for $100 for the whole box. They could have the whole box for $100, a nickel a card, and it was just loaded with good stuff. So I'm kind of glad they didn't sell. Um, so I did pull some of those cards out, but the other boxes I haven't looked at. So there may be some good stuff. So I'll have those in Rockford on Saturday. Shaw Cards, what's up? Only 3 more sleeps until the Super Bowl. Yep, I'm excited for the Super Bowl. Bengals Rams. I'm stoked. Let's see. Zach says nope. Returners are like relievers, but Devin was the greatest to ever do that job, so maybe a little different. He was a great, but his prices have always been kind of. I think he's always been undervalued, and that I think it's because of the return. He was a returner. Diego says, any dime boxes? No, but if you buy the whole, I don't have dime boxes, but if you buy the whole quarter box, it's like a nickel box. And then you get the fun of going through and pulling out cards and like, I got this card for a nickel. What's up, Diego? I don't see a big spike in Hester cards. We will see tonight, tomorrow, then level out. Ortiz went in. I sold 50 cards that night, sold 10 the next day, sold 0 cents. I saw 0 spike in Ortiz. I had about 20 cards, maybe 25 Ortiz cards. I sold a few, and it was sprinkled. In fact, I just sold one a couple days ago. I've probably sold more in the last, how long has it been since the announcement? It's been a week and a half, maybe. I probably sold more in the last 5 days than I sold in the first 5 days of the announcement, if it's been 10. I did not see a spike with David Ortiz in my eBay store. Dan, what's up? Good evening to Dan. Johnny Boy Cards, good morning to you. Herman, watching the Super Bowl with my Georgia stuff on. There you go. So I guess I know who you're rooting for in the Super Bowl. I'm Bengals all the way, rooting for the Bengals. I was hoping they were kind of the team I was pulling for to represent the AFC. So I'm super stoked to see the Bengals in the Super Bowl. Gives me those nostalgia vibes of the Super Bowl against the 49ers. Yeah, Joe Montana, Jerry Rice on one side, Boomer Esiason, and Ickey Woods on the other. You had the Ickey Shuffle. That was the first Super Bowl I remember watching and like really understand. Like my first Super Bowl memory was Super Bowl 20, Bears, Patriots. And that's just because it was such a huge moment being a Bears fan growing up in Illinois. So that's a memory that even though I was so young, 4 years old, it stuck out because it was a huge event. But then the other Super Bowls, like I don't really have a memory of watching. I don't even know if I did watch them. I probably wanted to watch cartoons. I don't know. But by the time, I don't even know what Super Bowl, Bengals 49ers, this would have been the 89 Super Bowl, not 82. So that would have been, let's see, Super Bowl 23, I think. Does that add up? So 91. Yeah, that adds up. So 1991 Super Bowl would have been 25. That was Giants Bills. The 90 season played in 1991. So Bengals 49ers was 1989. Played in the 88 season, played in 89. Okay, just doing the math here. Only $350 round trip to buy a nickel box. There you go. And you can put them in your carry-on. put it in the luggage compartment. Herman says I would be if it wasn't for Sony and Stafford. Oh, okay. You'd be rooting for the Bengals if it wasn't for Stafford and Sony Michel. Got it. I don't know who I want to win, but glad to see new faces in the big game. I agree. It's always nice to see. Although I wanted Tom Brady in the Super Bowl, I'm a Tom Brady fan. Was that the 55-10 score? No. 55-10 was Broncos. I think it was the year before or the year after. 49ers Bengals, I think, was a pretty close result. I do know the Giants and Bills Super Bowl 25. That was the 1-point game, 20-19. Scott Norwood misses the field goal. 49ers Bengals. Let's see, Super Bowl 23. 49ers Chargers. No, it might have been 49ers Broncos in that Super Bowl. Yeah, Zach. I think Zach got it. Niners and Broncos. Yeah. So the Super Bowl 23 49ers Bengals was actually a really good game. It's 20-16. 20-16, January 22nd, 1989. So I think the Super Bowl you're thinking of 55-10, and there was a run, I believe, around that time, right before Super Bowl 23, where it was blowouts. You had Super Bowl 20 was a blowout, Bears Patriots. So you had, and then so 55-10 was the following year, 49ers Broncos, Super Bowl 24, 49ers won 55-10. So then, and then you had, so I guess it was kind of back and forth. I just remember that Super Bowl I do remember that one being a blowout, but then I remember the great 1-point game the following year. I can like Brady now that he's retired, kind of like Larry Jones, like them better retired. There you go. I loved watching Tom Brady play. I didn't start appreciating Tom Brady until the twilight of his career. The last few years, I really enjoyed watching Tom Brady play. So I would have liked, Mahomes is a fun player to watch, but I wanted new blood. I wanted Joe Burrow. I want to see Joe Burrow in the big game. I want to see what he can do in the Super Bowl. So I'm excited for the Bengals and Rams in the Super Bowl. So let's talk eBay fees. So eBay released their winter update yesterday. Larry goes by Chipper. It took me a second to register. It took me a second. Larry, I'm like, who's Larry? Oh, got it, Chipper. eBay released their winter update. One of the a couple big things. They're gonna wipe out the 30-cent transaction fee on refunds. So that's kind of big. It's not as big as every transaction deal like final value fees. So we're gonna see an increase on final value fees basically across the board for all categories. I don't think all categories are affected, but like as I was looking through the list, it seems that every category that I could think of was on there. Of course, trading cards is in that fee raise structure. So we're going to see. So if you do not own a store, an eBay store, your fees currently on trading cards are 12.35%. You're going to see that increased on March 1st to 12.9%, so a 0.65% increase. If you do have a store, a basic store and above, your fee increase will go from 11.5% to 12%. So what does that mean? It means really very little to me. And I had a great question. My buddy Zan, I apologize. I was on his podcast. I should know. Asked me a great question. Will it affect your pricing and how you price cards? Because you may know I sell a lot of low dollar, slim margin on my sales, but I'm doing it the Walmart way. It's volume, volume, volume. And in doing that, you can make money. So basically, I've already adjusted my sales strategy, my pricing strategy for events like this. I built in this strategy of raising my 99-cent cards with free shipping to $1.50. And the strategy kind of goes, in several different ways. I do the best offer because I'll take less than $1.50. But I can move a lot of cards at $1.50, but my bottom line is basically $1.30. I get a lot of offers for $1 on $1.50 card, where originally I would accept that all day. But now it's like, well, now there's no margin in there for me. If they want to buy multiple cards, then yes, if you want to buy a bunch of cards, I'll take your dollar offers. But if you're only going to buy one or two cards, it's going to be $1.30. Um, so that's kind of how I baked it in, because we all know uh, eBay fees go up like the post office. You can expect there's going to be a postal increase next January. Bank on it, book it. And next year, there's probably going to be another increase in eBay fees, or maybe in 2 years. I think it's been a year and a half since our last increase. So just count on it. And this, there's a lot of chatter that this is directly correlated to the authenticity guarantee program. No, this was built in before that program was thought of or instituted for trading cards. Because guess what? Later this year, you're probably going to see a separate fee for those transactions. They're gonna build it on top. This is just a general fee increase, and just kind of, and it's they bake in these fee increases because guess what? Other things go up. We're seeing inflation. We're seeing rising prices all across the board, and that affects eBay. They're not providing their services to us as users, buyers, and sellers for free. They have a lot of cost, a lot of overhead to do this. Um, so they have to bake in these increases just like we do as sellers. And I baked in that strategy, rising my prices from 99 cents to $1.50 to account for, eBay fees are going to rise, postage is going to rise. We've already seen the standard envelope has went up 2 pennies. It's now 53 cents. A stamp at the post office is now 60 cents, and we can expect those prices to rise again next year, next January. And I think we'll see a standard envelope right now. A standard envelope postage for 1 ounce is less than the cost of a stamp, and I foresee that to change in the near future, where your standard envelope price will now be more than the cost of a single stamp, because you're getting tracking with that. That's added value for you as a seller, and I would pay for that. It's very nice to have that as added value using that program, but expect that to go up. And if a stamp is 60 cents, I wouldn't be surprised to see the 1 ounce go up to 70 cents. And so it's 70, 90, and $1.10 for the 1, 2, 3 ounce. So when that comes, don't be surprised, because I do foresee that happening in the somewhat near future. I'm going to go to the chat real quick. MLB expected to announce delay of spring training today. I hope that's not the case. It probably will be, because pitchers and catchers are supposed to report next week, and there's no deal in place. So I think it's inevitable that inevitable that spring training is going to be delayed, because this is about the time it's supposed to be starting anyway. Dan says, will there ever be an eBay percentage you won't work with and quit eBay? That's a great question. That is a great question. Right now, as effective March 1st, the fees will be about 12%. When eBay raises their final value fees, it's typically by a 0.5%. A half to, sometimes it's 1% in the past, but right now, lately, it's been about a 0.5%. In the future, it would take a lot of fee increases in how they're doing. I mean, if they all of a sudden snap their fingers next year and raised it to 15%, I would probably have to consider other options. But at this point, I don't see in the foreseeable future a percent that that they'll get to where I would tap out. You know, I think 15%, if I had to put a number, 15% is where I would start crunching the numbers and maybe alter my strategy. Would I throw my hands in the air and give up on eBay at that point? Probably not, but I would have to alter my strategy. And that would probably come at 15%. Up until that point, it's business as usual. So right now we're still only at 12%. So I don't foresee that ever occurring in the next 5 years. I think it, you know, who knows? I mean, drastic things could happen in the next couple of years where that could be the case. So I wouldn't rule it out, but I see it highly unlikely that eBay final value fees get to 15% before 2027. So, but that would be, to answer your question, to put it concise, 15% is where I would start considering an altered strategy, but I wouldn't completely give up. Let's see what else. I missed it. I saw Dogecoin and Cubs in the same sentence. If eBay raises the fees again, Bo will start his own platform called Ebo. I like it. You can use Cubs cards as currency or Dogecoin. Don't get me started on Dogecoin. I was in on Dogecoin like I'm gonna be one of those guys. I was in on Bitcoin in 2012. I sold at like half a penny, and I made good money selling at half a penny because my buy-in was like zero point 0.2 and I sold at 0.5. So more than doubled my money. But then it rose to like 75 cents within like 6 months. And I did the math. And when I say I had a lot, it wasn't a lot for when I sold at a half a penny, because I thought realistically, I thought Dogecoin back in 2018, 2019, it's like, hey, if it gets to a penny, this is going to be awesome. Like that was basically the ceiling for what I thought Dogecoin. And so it got to half a penny. I'm like, hey, I'm invested at 0.2. It was super volatile. It would go up to, it hit like 0.7 early on after I invested initially. But then it dropped back down to like 0.2. So, you know, I'm like, I'm just gonna get out at 0.5. And then 6 months later, that was in like July or August of whatever year. The years are starting to meld together. And then it went up to like 75 cents months later. And my Dogecoin holding, I think I sold for like, my investment was like $200 and I sold for like 500. And that $500 would have been worth $125,000 had I held on for 6 months. That's it. 6 months, and my $200 investment would have been worth $125,000. The what ifs. And yeah, I looked at the nut like every day. I'm like, if I would have held this, I had 200 some thousand Dogecoin and I sold it for 400, 500 bucks. And every year we can expect a huge outrage with Twitter. that's always there's gonna be a huge outrage with everything on Twitter. There's no way long term it's sustainable for the post office to continue offering tracking for under the cost of a stamp. Well, it's not the post office that's offering this service. It's actually the I don't know if it's Pitney Bowes, but it is a third party that works with the post office, likely Pitney Bowes. So it's not actually the USPS that the tracking is through. I'm pretty sure it's through Pitney. Porter bought a Justin Fields from you yesterday. I saw a sale. I saw a Justin Fields and Carlton Fisk sale go through, and I'm thinking, I think I might know who bought that. I didn't see. It was post shipping for the day. But I saw that transaction come through, and I'm like, Carlton Fisk and Justin Fields. That has Zach written all over it. I've got something extra I'm going to put in that for you that I pulled out of the Goodwill collection. DR, what's up? Just signed on. Hope everyone has a great day. You as well. He adds, it would be great if eBay came up with a perk for the top-rated seller that wasn't having to do the one-day shipping. So this is perfect. I'm glad you brought that up, because there's a common misconception with top-rated seller status where there's a 10% discount on fees. And it's when I first started my eBay store 5 years ago, the second coming of my eBay store, I had an eBay store back in like '05, '04, '05, but my most recent eBay store, um, I'm looking top rated seller status. Like, wow, 10% discount on fees. That's like basically you're not paying any fees. Well, it's just a 10% discount on the fees. So it's only 1%. So right now, a top rated seller with a store is paying 10.5% in fees as opposed to 11.5% in fees. So that 1% is really minuscule when it comes to having to ship within a day, offer tracking. That's why I never wanted top rated seller status, was because you had to provide tracking. And I wasn't going to pay tracking for all of my stuff because I was shipping PWE. And I think it was CRT Sports Cards where he's like that. He was hardcore top rated seller status. Like, I want that discount. And he didn't think initially that he could make the money up by offering PWE shipping. So he did it on a trial basis and he was sold immediately. He made way more money offering PWE shipping and giving up top rated seller status because that small, minuscule discount on fees just wasn't worth it. Um, Now you have the standard envelope tracking, but I'm moving so much volume, and I'm just a what is it, one horse show, one pony show, whatever. I'm just a one guy, and if I go to do a card show or I'm away for the weekend, like, I'm already behind and it's hard to do everything within one day. So that's why I don't, and it's 1%. So what does 1%, what does the TRS fee discount mean? It means that for every $10,000 in sales, you're only saving $100 in fees. That's what the TRS, every $10,000 in sales, you save $100 for every 10,000. And for me, it's just not worth that savings, just doesn't make it worthwhile for me. Um, so that's a misconception that I see. Well, you get 10% off your fees. Well, it's a 10% discount off of the total, so it's only 1%. Um, so you're still paying 10.5%. That'll go up to 11% in March. Jenny says, I wouldn't give up on eBay. I always look at money made, not fees spent. Keeps more for a carefree life. eBay's the giant. eBay is, we're paying, and somebody brought up my slabs yesterday, where why don't we all just go to my slabs only take slabs, and I have 10 slabs. Um, it doesn't fit it doesn't fit my how I do business. Also, there's a reason their fees are 1%. The last 30 days, I have, say an average of 10,000 listings. My last 30 days, I've had over 13 million impressions. That's eyeballs. 13 million eyeballs on my items within my eBay store in the last 30 days. Can my slabs do that? Can any other platform do that? Hell no. That's why your fees are 1%, because they have 1% of the eyeballs looking at their website, looking at their marketplace. If my slabs had the same set of eyes looking that eBay does, I guarantee you they wouldn't be charging 1% fees. It'd be 10%, maybe cut low eBay a little bit, just because they haven't been around for 30 years like eBay. So that's the reason. And there is so much cost that goes into running a website, a service like eBay. People don't understand that it takes so much money. Just the IT, the technology behind the website. Look at all of if you've ever done sales and you've worked with Salesforce, if you actually know how much Salesforce costs, the subscription to Salesforce, a CRM, eBay is like a CRM. It's so easy to use, and you don't have to do any accounting. All of that is taken care of within the eBay portal, the sales portal. All I have to do every month, I print off my sheet and I give it to my accountant. Now, for the cost of goods sold, for, extra expenses, for other expense, card savers, all of that, I have to keep track of. But all of my sales, all of the sales tax collected, all of the fees that eBay collects, all of the postage that goes through eBay, which is now most of it because I'm using the standard envelope primarily. Um, all of that's accounted for in one piece of paper each month that I just print off, put in a file, and my accountant gets it. That's worth the fees alone for eBay, and a lot of people don't understand that. But there's a huge, and that's why I would go up to like, that's why I don't care about these fees and going back. What does it mean for sellers? And this was a great question asked yesterday. Will I alter my strategy? I already talked about this. I baked it in, and my base price goes from 99 cents to $1.50 because I expected not only final value fees, but I expect more postage increases. So those numbers are baked in. What does it mean for your bottom line? The 0.5% increase, and this is for store owners, so it's going to be a little more for non-store owners because it goes up 0.65% if you don't have the basic store or above. It's a 0.5% increase on fees. So for every $20,000 in sales, you're paying an additional $100. $100 on 20,000 in sales. That's what it means. That's not very much. And I'm a big proponent of every penny matters. Like I know down to the decimal point how much I'm paying per penny sleeve. So I look at those numbers very closely. But $100 on 20 grand is not really, affecting my sales strategy. But I also baked in those increases where it's not gonna, postage, a 5 or 10 cent postage increase, that would be pretty crippling if it's not built in. But $100 on 20 grand, a 0.5%, not gonna move the needle much. Now for eBay, every penny. Now that's just think of how many 20,000, how many extra hundreds, thousands they're going to be making on the fees. Yeah, but it it takes a lot of money to run their business. Let's see. I'm going to go back to the chat. Um, let's see. I wouldn't give up on. Okay, we mentioned that. I'm thinking of gambling and seeing if changing to 1 day ship increases my sales. I ship every day anyway. I just like having the cushion of two. It could be, and I think the biggest. Uh, I think if you have 1 day shipping, it actually bumps you up in the search. So if you have 1 day, you're probably going to get more eyeballs on your listings. Like mine's 3 and 4 days, so that's kind of that hurts my where I'm at in the search. But it also I'd prefer that cushion where I'm not up against the wall every single day. I've got that cushion where I don't have to ship it, in the next 12 to 24 hours. DR says, I've never received an eBucks promo. Does anyone know how they allocate those? No, nobody does. They just kind of come at a whim. Um, I've actually received quite a few, like in the last few months. I think it was in 2020 where I went like 9 months without receiving one. Um, I don't know how they're allocated. I don't think anybody does. It's kind of like the mystery behind Google search algorithms. They just change, and people have to really smart people that know SEO inside and out can answer that, can somewhat answer that. But I have no idea how those are given out. It does seem when they give them out, it seems like when I just kind of look on social media when a promo goes out, and lately it's been 5%. It seems like 70% of people receive them, 30% are left in the cold. Um, I would assume one will probably be coming out because I've bought like 4 or 5 items recently without the eBay eBucks promo. So not sure. Johnny Boy Cards, I have not had much success selling on my slabs. What is my slabs? I thought you meant your slabs. Literally, my slabs is it's similar to other sales platforms. It's kind of one of those fly by night. I shouldn't say that. We don't know if it's. I don't know anything about my slabs other than they only accept. It's a selling platform. It was really big during the pandemic, which anything card related was. It's only you can sell on there, but you only pay 1%, but it's only slabs. So they don't accept raw cards. So sounds like eBay knows that they are worth. Simple as that. Absolutely, they are. They're the giant. You get what you get what you pay for, and you're going to pay a premium on eBay, fees wise, but you're going to get a lot more action from eBay. Let's see. I would love for eBay to cut the item specifics number down from 35 to about 10. I completely ignore unless it's a required specific. I don't even pay it. Like I don't feel it's a waste of time in my opinion. I'm making enough sales that I don't, I'm not focused on filling out every recommended specific. Um, so, if there was a time where I was slow in sales, I'd probably, look at that a little closer, but things move pretty quickly, and I fill out the required specifics and recommended just kind of, you know, don't pay much attention to. There's nothing that can compare to eBay. Exactly. And many eBay's been around since the mid 90s. There's been a lot of people that have come in and tried to knock them off, and it's just not the barrier to entry is that wall is so big. It's going to be really hard for somebody to come in and legitimately compete with eBay. I mean, eBay fees must be so outrageous that someone was able to quit their full-time job to sell full-time on eBay. There you go. There you go. I get my eBay Bucks promos when I haven't been spending money on eBay. That kind of has or if you make a big, and I see this all the time on forums and Twitter. I just bought a $500 card yesterday, and today I get an eBucks promo. That's kind of how it's almost like, haha, spend more money with us. I think they're throwing the hook in the water method. Yeah, they're fishing. They're just doing some fishing. Want you to spend more money. I think you're right on. I put most of my wax on my slabs, and it sells quickly and usually around the same price as eBay. Yeah, and my slabs does wax. What's the other one that does wax? Is it Star Stock? Is that a wax? I've looked everywhere. I've never used either platform. But because I don't do slabs and I really don't buy wax unless I make a Walmart run or Target or buy hobby boxes at release. So that's what I had for today. The sky is not falling if you're an eBay seller. The sky is not falling. And utilize if you are an eBay seller, especially if you have a store, utilize all of what eBay has to offer. There's stuff that and I'm in the platform all day, every day, and there's stuff that I don't take advantage of, like Terapeak. I have that option to use, and I just don't use it. There's so much added value within eBay's platform to make those fees even more worth it. I mean, the eyeballs alone are worth the fees itself, but there's a lot of added value within the platform that you can take advantage of and really use to your benefit when it comes to sales. That's all for today. Thanks for tuning in. Speaking of eBay, I've got a lot of shipments to do, so I'm going to get back into that eBay platform and do some shipping. I don't know. Yesterday I said I'm going to devote all day to shipping, and I didn't. I just kind of got caught up and then went and listed more so I could get behind again, I guess. So I'm gonna focus on shipping at least through the morning. I've talked about this. I get like ADD, and I can't just sit down for 4 or 5 straight hours and either list or ship. I've got to kind of go back and forth, and so I'll spend a couple hours shipping, go upstairs, do a couple file exchange updates, come back downstairs, do some more shipping. I wonder if eBay ever adds actual keeping like QuickBooks for stores. That's I wouldn't be surprised if a deal, and I don't know if that might be offered right now. I might look into that because they already have, like, I mean, I don't know if you've printed out if you've printed out the reports, but the reports, I mean, it's nice and clean on one sheet. It breaks down your total sales. It breaks down how much in fees you spent for the month, how much in postage you spent for the month. It's fantastic. So anything eBay related you do is basically like using QuickBooks, strictly for eBay. I don't know if they would do like a total. Maybe they'd partner up and offer a discount one way or the other. With a QuickBooks or a similar type of platform. But I don't know if they'd have you do it a full scale. I don't know. Um, but what you can do within eBay and the reports is really cool. Going to be a long day in the office. Do you drop off shipments at the post office every day? Yes, I do. Monday through Saturday, I'm at the post office. Fortunately, everything is just drop off. So I actually, I drop off my packages, and then I take the envelopes and put them in the blue box because I've had issues where I don't know if it's boredom or super strict at my local post office but when I've dropped off PWEs, they've marked them non-machinable postage due, and so I just take the sticker off that says postage due and put them in my mailbox at home, and the mailman takes them and they get delivered fine with no issues. So I'll drop my packages off inside the post office, and then I've got my tub or tote of envelopes, and then I go across the street. They have a row of like 6 or 8 blue mailboxes, and dump them in there. And so far, so good. I have a bookkeeper on top of my eBay breakdowns just to make sure my bases are covered for 2022. That's smart. Not this weekend, but next is a 2-day weekend on shipping. February 21st is no mail day. Excellent. Is that President's Day? Not sure what holiday that is. Now that when you're not in school, like you kind of forget about those. In Illinois, we always had Casimir Pulaski Day off. It was like a state holiday. Casimir Pulaski was he was a Polish war hero, World War II. We learned about him like every March because it was like the first Monday in March was Casimir Pulaski Day. So you always remember those days, Casimir Pulaski and President's Day. We had Lincoln's birthday off because he was from Illinois. Now it's just like I go to the post office. It's like, oh, the post office will be closed on January 21st. It's like, dang it, what day is that? And I think that's King Day is a holiday, and I think President's Day the post office is closed, and then the I shouldn't say main holidays, but the ones that we remember: Memorial Day, 4th of July, Labor Day, Christmas, Thanksgiving. Anyway, enough rambling from me. That's all I had for today. Thanks for tuning in. Have a great Thursday, and we'll chat tomorrow.